Hi there! So I just wanted to do a quick video for each of the signs about what Uranus square Pluto has meant for you individually, and uh, it's kind of a retrospective view considering it's now dissipating and reaching the 8-degree orb almost. It's in 7 degrees of uh, 7 degrees apart right now, and they're both retrograde. So, I mean, they're probably going to be in 7 degrees apart for a while, but as it dissipates, I just wanted to look at these lessons that we've learned throughout these few years that they have been square. And I also wanted to touch upon Saturn and Scorpio and what it's going to be looking like when it moves into Sagittarius and the lessons we're cleaning up or finishing up here at the end of Saturn and Scorpio. So I hope you enjoy. Hi Libra rising people. Uranus has been in your 7th house in Aries, and Pluto has been in your 4th house in Capricorn, and they've been squaring during these past couple of years here. Uranus and Aries in your 7th house has demanded freedom and independence. And the thing is, with it in your 7th house, it means that you've had to become more willing to give to yourself more than others in some ways and become more yourself within partnerships. And it's really interesting considering Libra rules the 7th house and Libra has the tendency to be very giving of themselves. Well, now it's been a time to really focus on yourself and become more aware of different aspects of yourself. And partnerships may have actually been kind of awakening you to this necessity and to this need that you have to become more independent. And it also may be that you have been somewhat shocking in your relationships as well, maybe doing out of character things or acting out of character from your usual self. And ultimately, you are becoming more aware of different aspects of who you are and who you are within relationships, even. And then Pluto in your 4th house in Capricorn has been about becoming very aware of your family and their influence on you and what sort of systems or structures they have actually imposed upon you, maybe, and possibly subconscious blocks or fears that have been there, or expectations even that maybe they put upon you, maybe responsibilities or a sense of needing to maybe be something in the world, because Capricorn is all about status. So Pluto in your 4th house has made you become very aware of any subconscious feelings and subconscious fears that your family has brought to you, and maybe even just that you have experienced, and different experiences could be being brought up a lot to be transformed, like suppressed feelings that you haven't dealt with, that you've had to basically, things that have happened to you while you were growing up, basically, and maybe even situations around your parents and stuff like that have been being brought up for you to be transformed. So it's pretty heavy stuff, but Uranus square Pluto has really just been about becoming aware of the effect that all relationships have had on you, and relationships do have a really big effect on Libras. So this has been a very transformative and awakening sort of thing, a big change in how you deal with your relationships and with your family, and a big change in how you approach those things has probably been underway. So there's probably been a lot of tensions between those two areas of your life even. And there may be this strong desire within you to go after a career at this time, because there's something that needs to be basically transformed within yourself that is like a sense of lack. And so you've almost been projecting this idea possibly of following a path that will lead you to some kind of outer acceptance. And so what needs to actually occur is acceptance within yourself, and acceptance about who you are, and acceptance within your own emotional situation and within your home and your family. And so it's actually a deeper process of change about how you are feeling about yourself rather than chasing after something outside of yourself. And that's what's mostly important in this situation to learn. And then Saturn has been in your second house in Scorpio. So, okay, so Saturn in the second house can kind of put a weight of responsibility around money and a sense of maybe not having enough money or needing to become extra resourceful about money. And it also could be kind of putting a dampener on your self-worth. And maybe since Saturn's in Scorpio, there's been a need to become more independent because Scorpio, with Saturn and Scorpio, there's a restriction of being able to get money from outside of your own ability to get it. Basically, like it'll be harder to get loans or harder to receive money from others. And so it's important to actually become more independent when it comes to finances during this time, because that's how you're going to be able to become more resilient. And so, you know, the thing is, Saturn in the second house is probably giving you that sense of lack and a sense of needing to like really own up to this or get responsible around this situation or take responsibility for the finances. But it's kind of interesting because Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus, and Taurus rules the second house. So there's kind of this mishmash of sorts, like between other people's money and your own money, and feeling kind of restricted in money all around, and feeling like that sense of like not having enough money, or like a sense of responsibility and having to figure out like what to do. So it's kind of intense because you know, it's asking you to just take on that responsibility and just go ahead and you know, ask for the money that you need, or get a job that will provide the money you need, or somehow become responsible for those resources or become resourceful in some way. So it's, yeah, I mean, I feel for you. Also, with Saturn in your second house in Scorpio, you may not always get what you're desiring, but you'll always get the necessities. And also, you may be going through some intense transformations in your values and letting go of certain values that just are no longer, you know, serving you at this time. So really coming into a new value system. And then Saturn's going to move into your third house in Sagittarius. So this is going to be like a major shift in your beliefs. It's going to be like, you know, a solidification of some beliefs and a letting go of others, and also a change in how you think, and maybe even learning new things and taking on more things to learn and traveling more. And you might have to travel like for work or under some kind of responsible sort of reason behind your traveling. But ultimately, there's going to be kind of that sense of responsibility when you do take on new things, but it's actually there for your growth. That sense of needing to become more responsible and more even credible in some ways. And then letting go of the things that are excess, like the things that are not actually helping you grow. Letting go of the you know, thoughts and beliefs that are keeping you from being more of a, you know, responsible person, or a person who has, you know, that sense of credibility or whatever. So, yep, all right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have an awesome time during this time. And I'll talk to you soon.